The story begins with a girl named Dressa hiding in a scary and dark cave. She had a sniper in her hand and she was sitting here waiting for someone. Then we see an airport a few kilometers away from this cave, where a plane lands. And as soon as the president comes out of it, Dressa shoots him with her sniper and kills him. And then we come to know that she is not an ordinary girl, but she is an excellent and dangerous sniper who aims at the president in such a way that the people around her do not even know who fired at the president and from where. Anyway, after finishing her job, Dressa keeps the bullet cover with her. After this, Dressa goes to her mother's grave to meet her mother, because her mother was no longer in this world. But when she reaches the graveyard, she sees that her father is already sitting here. She goes to him and tries to talk to him, but then Dressa's father summarizes in front of him that he knows everything about his daughter, that she is a sniper and just now she has killed a man. Upon this, Dressa answers him and says that sometimes I do not even sleep. And after saying this, she takes out the bullet cover from her pocket and gives it to her father. She also keeps this cover with the rest of the collected covers. And here we come to know that Dressa has already killed a lot of people. Now Dressa's father tells her about his cancer and says that I have very little time left and I am only a guest for a few days, but if I do not die in the coming days, then on this Valentine's Day, I will kill myself. Upon hearing this, Dressa's feet scratch the ground and she refuses to do this to her father. But she still tells Dressa that this is our last meeting and we may not meet again. On the other hand, we see a man named Levi who has been troubled by his bad dreams. That's why Levi often sits by the sea and writes poems, and even today he is sitting here. Then Levi suddenly receives a message in which he is asked to come to an address. As soon as Levi reads the message, he immediately takes his car from here and reaches the address. As soon as he enters the house, he meets a lady named Bartholomew, and from their conversation we come to know that Levi used to be a sniper in the military, but now he has retired from this job and spends most of his time at home. Here Bartholomew talks to Levi and gives him a new mission and says that I want to send you somewhere else because you are a very good sniper, only you can do this job. She also asks Levi if there is anyone in your family who will miss you after you leave because you may never be able to meet them after you go there. Hearing this, Levi gets a little confused and says to Bartholomew that there is no one like that in my family and I live alone. After this, Bartholomew asks Levi to give all the information about the mission later. After this, Levi is made unconscious, and when his eyes open, he finds himself in a plane. But Levi did not yet know which country he was being taken to for the mission. But a pilot comes and tells Levi that your destination has arrived and now they are going to land you here. He also tells Levi that you will have to walk at least 32 kilometers from here to reach your destination. After saying this, he gives Levi a parachute which he wears and jumps down from the plane on the snow and then slowly starts moving forward. Levi walks for 2 days, and after 2 days he finally reaches his destination, where he first meets a man named JD who takes him to a watchtower and tells him that you will work here for the next year. However, Levi still did not understand what work he had to do. When he asks the same question to JD, he tells him that there is a very deep pit here, which is called Gorge. Levi just has to guard it and do nothing else. After this, he tells Levi the rules here and says that he can only contact these people once a month. And the name of his tower is West Tower. On the other hand, there is also an Eastern Tower, but Levi does not have to talk to the people there because his job is only to focus on his mission. And the people of the Eastern Tower also only focus on their mission. He also tells Levi that he cannot contact anyone for a year. And there is also an automatic gun here, which Levi has to reload every day if he does not have bullets. So he asks JD if his job is to stop the people coming here from getting close to Gorge. On this, JD says no, the thing inside Gorge has to be stopped from coming up. Then he picks up a small bomb and throws it into the pit, that is, Gorge. As soon as the explosion happens, a very scary and strange sound is heard from the pit, which looked like a monster. And here we find out the reality of this pit, that there is no small or ordinary thing in it, but something very scary is hidden. After this, JD tells Levi that the things that are hidden inside Gorge are called Halloween and you have to stop them from coming up at any cost. It is said that in 1940, 3 battalions of the army went down to stop these Halloween, but they never came back. The day that alarm starts ringing, that day you just run away from here without thinking. Meanwhile, JD tells Levi that this place has been a secret for 75 years and no one knows anything about it, and we also have to keep this place a secret in the future. After saying this, JD comes out of here, and as soon as he smokes to give a signal, a helicopter comes to pick him up and JD gets on it. But the officer in the helicopter first asks him his identity and then shoots him. Which tells us that this place is so secret that no one is allowed to go out from here. Here we see Levi, who does exactly what he was told. He puts bullets in the automatic gun and starts examining the surroundings. When a whole month passes, he tries to contact someone from here and tells them that I have not met any enemy. After saying this, he cuts the call because he was only allowed to talk this much and this message has to be sent to him only once a month. After this, he starts reading the books kept in the cupboard, and then his eyes fall on some messages written on the wall, which the people living here had written according to their own experience. After reading them, Levi comes out and tries to see the other tower with the help of a telescope, where he sees a girl sitting there who was no one else but Dressa. Seeing the beauty of Dressa, Levi keeps looking at her but does not try to talk to her because she was forbidden to contact the other watchtower. In the same way, Levi spends 2 to 3 months here, and now Dressa also knew about her. So one day when it is her birthday, she decides to talk to Levi and writes on a paper and asks Levi her name. After seeing this, he also picks up a board and forbids Dressa from talking to him. But Dressa still tells him her name, after which Levi also writes his name without thinking much, and thus they become friends. One day when Levi finds out that Dressa is a sniper, he aims at her luggage to test her, after which Dressa also picks up a sniper to prove herself and aims at her watchtower. But then she spots some monsters coming out of the trench. She quickly points to Levi and tries to tell him this, after which he starts firing at those monsters. But there were too many of them, so Dressa also helps Levi and kills those monsters from her watchtower. But in the meantime, a monster approaches her, which looked like half human and half animal. When Dressa sees it, she tries to shoot it to save her life, but there is no use and the monster keeps moving towards Dressa. But at the right time, Levi shoots it and kills it and saves Dressa. The next day, Levi goes inside the mines, where suddenly a small drone comes out of the trench and flies away. But before it leaves, Levi and Dressa both see it, but they don't know what it is. In this way, they both spend a few more months here. And now the month of December had started, where one day Levi decides to meet Dressa and he ties a rope to the place where the missile is placed in his RPG. Dressa also sees him doing this, but she also doesn't understand what Levi wants to do. In the meantime, Levi leaves the missile on the other side, which was tied with a rope. And this rope reaches Dressa, after which she ties it to a tree, and then Levi reaches the other watchtower with the help of it. Here, when Dressa sees him, she is very happy, but she asks Levi to take a bath before hugging him, and she herself sees Levi taking a bath with the help of a CCTV camera. After this, they talk to each other a lot, and in the meantime, Dressa asks Levi when he shot the longest shot. On this, Levi says that I shot a man from a distance of 3,240 meters, and earlier I used to work in the Marines. After this, he asks Dressa what is Southwest secretive about this place. Then Dressa tells him not to think too much and to mind his own business. She also tells him about her father, who may have died by now. After this, she plays music and asks Levi to dance, after which they dance together and come close to each other and cross all the limits. In the meantime, Levi tells Dressa about his poems and tells her that I have also written a poem for you. After hearing this, Dressa asks him to recite a poem, but Levi tells her that when we both leave from here, I will give you that poem. Now in the morning, Levi decides to leave from here, but as soon as he reaches the middle of the road, he sees that the monsters are climbing on his watchtower. But when they collide with the mine on the tower, there is a very big explosion in which Levi's rope burns and he falls into this pit. Here, Dressa is also seeing all this, so she quickly takes a parachute to save Levi and jumps into the pit without thinking. After which we see Dressa flowing in a river that was present in this pit. She somehow saves herself and brings her to the shore. At the same time, we see Levi hanging from a tree, where suddenly a big crab comes and attacks him, because of which Levi falls down from the tree and the roots of the tree completely wrap him. Before she can harm Levi, Dressa comes here and saves him, and they both start looking at this place. At that time, some hollow men come riding horses and attack them, but Levi and Dressa, instead of being afraid of them, fight them and kill 2 hollow men. But one of them runs away from there. Here, the hollow man who was killed by Levi comes to him to check him, then he sees that he is wearing a uniform. As soon as he sees the uniform, Levi remembers what JD had told him, that 3 Bacalian armies had fallen into this pit years ago, which never returned. But how is he still alive? This question forces Levi to think. Anyway, now they both move ahead and reach a place where the trees were coming out of the humans. Looking at them, it seems as if a virus has spread its terror here. Levi and Dressa were just looking at this scary scene, when suddenly some hollow men start coming towards them, from whom they both reach a church to escape. But the view of the church was very scary, because many people's dead bodies were lying here, who had taken their own lives to escape the wrath of the virus. Then a spider attacks Dressa, which was very big in size, as if it was also affected by the virus. And as soon as it attacks them, they both shoot it and finish it here. But then some hollow men break the door and come here. As soon as they see them, Levi and Dressa quickly escape to the church and reach a tunnel made in the middle of the mountains. And when they close the door and look at this tunnel from inside, they see a kind of lab, where they had experimented before. Here they also get a backup generator, from which these people start. And then Levi also gets a DVD player here. When they play this DVD cassette, they see a lady on the screen, who tells about her secret mission in this place. She also says that we were making a chemical missile here, in which many people were working together. But one day when there was an earthquake here, the missile we had made started to leak. And in this way this chemical spread around, due to which many people became infected, and I am also infected. However, she had also told this to the military and told them to bomb this place and destroy it, so that this chemical could not spread outside. But the military did not pay attention to her. After listening to this lady, now Levi and Dressa understand everything. That's why they try to know this tunnel better. And then they get a new computer here, which was a very strange thing. So they decide to turn on this computer. And they are surprised to see the information in it. Because in this they get to know about a company called Dark Lab, which works to make paramilitary. It takes samples of infected people from here and uses them to make its soldiers into super soldiers. So no country wants to completely destroy this place. Levi also gets to know that this tunnel is 4.2 kilometers long. After this, as soon as they get out of here, suddenly a hollow man attacks them and pulls Dressa with a rope and takes her with him. Although she tries to cut the rope, but there is no use. Levi also keeps wandering here and there to find her and reaches a place where a very big missile was present. At the same time, we see Dressa hanging from a tree and that hollow man is also standing in front of her, which Dressa asks him to open. But when he doesn't listen to her, she somehow opens her hands and attacks him. The fight continues for a long time. In the meantime, Levi also comes here and shoots the hollow man to save Dressa. But when he sees his name on the uniform, he finds out that he was the first person to guard the watchtower, who later became infected. So now they decide to get out of here and put a new battery in a car standing here and tie it with a rope. As soon as the car starts going up, suddenly a lot of hollow men come here and attack them. But they kill many of the hollow men with their snipers. But at one point when their bullets run out, they set fire to them and reach a hill and push this car down and somehow reach the eastern tower. But they are afraid that one of them might get infected. So the next day Levi reaches his watchtower with the help of a rope, where he contacts Bartho and asks him if he had gone inside Gorge. Levi refuses to listen to this and tells Bartho that maybe an officer from the other tower has gone to Gorge because someone has started our computer. So now you have to kill him. Although Bartho had already seen in the CCTV footage that these two had gone to Gorge, but she does not express this in front of Levi. In fact, she herself comes here the next day. But Levi and Dressa both see her helicopter and they come to know that she has come here to kill them. So they quickly run towards the jungle. Levi knew that after crossing 4.2 kilometers, they will meet each other and then he can meet Dressa. So he attacks the antenna of the watchtower and the alarm starts ringing here. This means that in the next 2 minutes, the stray dog mode will be on and this place will be destroyed. Now Bartho also knew this very well, so she takes the helicopter and starts running from here. Here Dressa and Levi also start running. After 2 minutes, the missile that was kept inside Gorge is blasted, and because of this blast, all the hollow men are killed. Meanwhile, Bartho's helicopter also comes under the impact of this explosion, because of which he is also killed. Here Levi also falls into the water, but Dressa survives all this and sits at one place and waits for him. Many days pass by but Levi is nowhere to be found. So she reads his written poem and then starts her new life and starts working in a restaurant. But suddenly one day Levi comes there, who makes Dressa very happy, and then they both kiss each other and this story ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.